Yo, what's popping, guys? What's going on? Good morning to you all. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page yet, I would love you to subscribe, and I would love you to like, to share, keep engaging with my content. You can also follow me on all social media platforms, on Instagram and on TikTok. So guess what I was doing this very evening? I'm sure it looks like it's morning by the way the weather was looking, and I had to compress my video, so that's why the quality kind of went down after I compressed it, because the video file was so large, you understand me, so I had to compress it. So in case you were wondering what I was doing here, I was just doing a little bit of arrangement. You know, this you can see the plants in the sack. These are tomatoes, belongs to my mom actually, so we planted. I helped though to plant the tomatoes in the sack, but you know, being a rookie, I didn't plant them properly, because I only planted them I didn't dig a hole in the sacks or in the sand in the sack before I planted. I just dropped the tomatoes on the surface of the soil. So when it grew, it wasn't rooted down properly. So as rain kept falling and the wind kept blowing, it kept pushing the tomatoes down. You know, you understand, the wind pushing it down to the ground. That's the plants, the tomato plants. So when the tomatoes were growing, I know when the tomatoes start to grow, they grow and they become bigger and heavier. So the weight of the tomatoes also helps to pull the plants down as well. So it wasn't like proper, you know, because they were kind of like breaking from the stem and stuff like that, and from the root. So I just had to think of an innovative way to solve the issue. So what I did was that I went to get some ropes, which we used before as a line to hang our clothes. The rope was already faded, had already faded, couldn't use it to hang clothes anymore. So I took the rope, I got a knife, got some nails in the house, and got a hammer. Then I started cutting the ropes and using it to tie the plants and nailing them to the wall so that they could stand erect. You understand me? So that they could stand erect, so that as the plants, the tomato fruits or crop or whatever grows, it won't, like, you know, join with the wind and the rain to pull down the plants. So I guess it was innovative. I guess I tried. I guess I did my best. You can see me here right now with the nails, nailing it to the wall. Back. It wasn't so difficult, but it took a little while. I guess I will get better at this. You know, it took us a while to get to have these plants grow. And one other thing is pests. Oh my goodness, pests, so annoying. Like, we've lost, if I should count how many tomato fruit I've wasted since I planted these tomatoes, probably up to, I don't want to exaggerate, but if I'm not mistaken, maybe up to 100. I'm serious, maybe up to 100, because since these tomatoes started growing, you understand me, we'll see pests to come and feast on them. You understand? Sometimes before they ripe, sometimes before they arrive, sometimes when they have already ripened, you see they'll come and bore holes. They bore little holes, sometimes deep holes into these fruits. Sometimes I come and I see snails sucking on them, feasting on them. You understand? Sometimes I've never seen a bird, but when I did my research, they say sometimes birds also could come and, you know, patch holes on these tomatoes and the rest. So I was like, man, this is crazy, because sometimes you look at the tomato almost getting red and you're like, man, this thing is almost ready for harvesting. That the only thing that is left now is for me to just come and harvest this thing, and you'll be happy thinking that this is time for harvest, only for you to come and see that, oh my god, there's already a hole in this tomato fruit. I'm like, this is crazy, man. This is frustrating, this is annoying. And you're like, because you can't do much with the fruit anymore, because it's probably have been infected, because sometimes there are little insects in it, like bacteria and stuff. It won't even be healthy for eating. You understand? Even if you're considering if you consider cutting, you know, the part out that have been bitten, you understand, there might still be some bacteria that have gone inside. So it just makes the whole thing kind of annoying. You understand? Though it's my first time planting tomatoes in the house, you understand, or anything like that. You know, this is what a lot of us need to do, not just in Nigeria but in different countries of the world, because you see, we have to start producing our own food. Agriculture is key. I think I was watching a video about of Pastor Tomi Arayomi. Forgive me if I don't pronounce his surname well. It was about, you know, how God is helping his people to go back to the agricultural revolution and the AI revolution, like joining both of them together. You understand me? So using AI and agriculture to help people to advance the church and things like that. So all I'm saying is that it's important for every one of us to delve into the agricultural sector, and you don't have to have huge amounts of capital to start. You can start with something as little as what we are doing here. You know, get you some cement sacks or some plastic, some buckets you no longer have use of, and then use them to, you know, kind of like just put some soil in them, get some sand, get some laborers to fill it for you, pay them some little amount of money, you understand, or whatever their charges, bring it to your compound. If you have a compound where you're not using to do much, you know, then you plant in them whatever you wish to plant, yam, tomatoes, just, and don't, you have a backyard, you have a space in your house, don't let it go to waste. Use it for something, something like this. Very important. Monitor, very essential, very economical, you understand me? Because had it been that we knew how to, you know, get rid of this pest, which I discovered and I'm going to see before the video ends, you understand, if we knew how to preserve those 100 tomatoes, imagine how that would have been amazing. You get it? Imagine, because I've planted tomatoes in about 10 or more sacks, I think more than 10 sacks or 10 and thereabout, because we planted some other things in the compound like lemongrass, like there's one plant, I don't know the English name, but my mom calls it hospital too far. Yeah, so some other herbs and things like that. So I planted yam also in the compound. So had it been from the get-go, we planted the tomatoes properly, they were well rooted, and you know, we knew how to get rid of all the pests without losing a single fruit. Maybe we made tomato cages or whatever. We would have saved more tomatoes. You could imagine there will be no need to go and buy tomatoes in the market anymore. And you know how it is in this country, Nigeria, and some other places in the world, the way prices of things just goes up like astronomically. Today you can go to the market, tomatoes will be cheap. Next tomorrow or the next day you can go, tomatoes would have skyrocketed. You know, that's just the way the thing happens. It kind of fluctuates. So imagine having your own tomatoes in your own house, your own tomato garden, producing you at least, let's say, nothing less than 300 tomatoes in a you can get in a month. Imagine how amazing that would be. 300 tomatoes in a whole month. That will fill a couple of buckets, if I'm not mistaken, like more than 5 buckets, you understand? And you could use that great amount of tomatoes to, you know, cook your stew, do whatever you want to do, and you won't need to go and spend money, because that's the point, so that you won't be spending money outside buying some things you could just grow in your compound, grow in your house. I remember I was listening to one message by Dr. Miles Monroe. He was like, if anybody needs a cabbage after this service, come to me, I'll plug it out from my yard and I'll give it to you. Now, what are you using your compound for? And that's true. Use your compound for something. Use your compound for something. It doesn't have to be a business that you sell to people. It could just be something for your own self, for your family, self-sustenance. Very important, very, very necessary. So I'm not really an expert. In fact, I'm no expert in farming. I don't know so much about farming. I would love to go into the agricultural space and invest heavily in it. Catfish farming, fruit farming, crops, livestock, you know, so many things, bro. So for those of you who have knowledge on farming, please do share with me. For those of you who have farms, please do drop your comments and drop your YouTube pages or Instagram pages or whatever on the comment section, so that others can see what you are doing, and so that I myself can see what you're doing. This page isn't really dedicated to farming. I just decided to bring, like I said, the name of my YouTube channel is just being myself, honestly. So I'm just being myself, doing so many things that I can do, you understand me? So please, I would love you to share this video. I would love you to engage with this video, and as you do so, God bless you greatly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you liked the video. If you mind giving me some tips